Yeah. So, does it make a difference to the Earth atmosphere due to this line, the axis? We can say,
Yes, sir.
does it? What difference that makes?
That's the reason why we get differences in the duration of nights and days.
Nice and days, correct. So, first, let's talk about two things. One thing. First thing, what is it? Axis, right? This is our axis, correct? So, if we say this is the sun, right? So, this is what is equator. So, that makes it 0 degree, right?
Right, sir.
Yeah. Now, when Earth is moving from this direction to this direction like this, right? From west to east, correct? When it is moving east to west, so that makes it difference for the day and night, right? Am I right, Isha?
Yes, sir.
So it rotates from west to east. So when the part of this side, that is what is a day, okay, and this side is अंधेरा कायम रहे नवरात्र के लिए, है ना? Is it so? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now let's talk about another thing. That is what revolution is. It's not over yet. Yeah? This rotation, we are just finding out these two positions. Now the revolution. Now this is the sun. Okay. ये चार positions है और की, ठीक है? Make a note of it. तो ये चार जगह और ने अपना खुद का सेल्फी बना लिया. चार जगह पे और का सेल्फी ये, ठीक है? हम इसको कोलैश कर देते हैं अभी, करेक्ट? So what are these basically? They are the earth positions, right? Guys, what happened? You with me, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now these are the positions of earth at different times, correct?
Yes, sir.
So earth is moving from this direction to this direction. Again, the revolution also happened with west to east. Everyone with me? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's talk about first rotation. We have understood the revolution now. Okay. Now let's talk about the rotation. The rotation period of Earth of its own axis? What is that?
1 day, sir.
24 hours. We
Yes.
call it 1 day. Right? It's not 24 hours
It's
basically,
slightly above.
but round figure. It's 23 hours and 56 minutes and few seconds. Okay? It's roughly that. Okay? It's 23 hours, 56 minutes. Roughly. We called it 24 hours. Okay? Approximately we say. Now, second thing, the Earth tilted angle 23.5. Why I'm making revision for this? Due to rotation, we get the day and night. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, will UPSC and NTC ask these questions? Do you think? Will they ask? No. ये छठी सातवीं वर्ष का बच्चा भी बता सकता है. Correct? But these are the important basic that everyone should know while preparing for the UPSC. Now starts the greater part. ये अर्थ है. This is the angle, right? We know all this, right? Correct? Everyone with me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's tilted, that's why I'm making it like that. Okay. Now, one another line is there. So this is what is North Pole. This is what is South Pole. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, if this is a 0, right? This is a 0. So this must be 23.5. Right?
Right, sir.
Am I right? So another part would be what? This part. How much this would be? 66 and half. This is 0. Right? Huh?
Yes, sir.
How? Now let's go. Are you with me? Then I doubt. It makes it 90 only. What about 10? So it's 33, right? 33.5 degree north, 33.5 degree south, then this is 66.5. Okay. Now let's talk about the speed of the earth. Will they ask this? Yes, they might. They ask the question like this. They will not ask in a factual way. Okay, but the speed of the Earth fastest at which point? So what do you think with this logic? At what point the fastest speed of Earth will be there? Yes, guys. Kalpesh, Nilesh, Isha.
Don't know, sir.
Yes, Kalpesh. At what point the speed of Earth rotating its axis will be faster?
No clue, sir.
Kalpesh? Okay, and this Sandekar, Anshul Sandekar. You there, Anshul? In the class?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You with me? You understanding everything?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now, so the speed of Earth is fastest on its equator. Okay. It is fastest on equator. Okay. This is the question asked. This is the question asked in UPSC. So, and what will be zero at the point? It will be on the poles. Correct? Now, let's see the speed. So this is the speed of Earth spinning at every point of time. Okay, everyone.
Okay, sir.
So it is the fastest at equator. Why?
I guess because that part would have to cover the maximum of the circumference while rotating.
Yeah, correct. It's around the roundness of Earth at 0 degree, right? That's why I make it faster at the equator. Now let's talk about revolution. What is the effect of revolution basically? रोटेशन का तो है ये रफ कर दो.
Yes, sir.
What is the effect of revolution? Isn't it? Season formation,
Yes, sir.
right? The main effect of revolution. What is the time period for revolution? Earth. We just saw that. Right?
365 days.
Are these 365 days?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Kalpesh. Nisha? Nilesh is saying that is 365 days. Are you with them?
Sir, and on leap year, it gets 366.
If it's a leap year, then
Adds an extra day, so 366.
so 366. Nisha is saying yes, I should. What do you want to say? Are they 365 or 366? Unsure? Okay. So it's not 365. Okay. So 365 and half. Okay. Then when it takes plus 1.2, 1.5, half. Okay. So that makes it 366. That's why we call it leap year. Okay. What is the where it is added in a leap year? This extra day. Leap year comes in 4 years, right? After every 4 years.
Yes, sir.
So when it is added,
Because we consider it 365 now. So after 4 year
yeah, but
span, we need
it is
to add
added
that one
on.
day.
Yeah, but it is added on Feb 29.
Right, sir.
Correct. When there is a leap year, you always find the Feb is 29. Otherwise, it's 28. Why it is added on 29? I don't know. Don't ask me that. Maybe किसी का birthday रहेगा. लेकिन but when we say it's a 365 and half, that's why we add the 1 day more, right? Getting this logic for 366, guys?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
should it be half or should it be 1/4?
1/4, I think it should be.
1/4. Sorry, my mistake. Kalpesh, thank you. My mistake. Okay, it's a 1/4. Thank you, Kalpesh.
No problem, sir.
Yeah, so it's a 1/4, right? So you're getting this 360 days leap year ka concept, right? That's why anyone asks you anywhere, you can always tell this logic. Now, we have seen the revolution now, right? Should I rub this?
Yes, sir.
Now, let's talk about the inclination of the Earth again to the rotation. Okay, inclination. How inclination affect the Earth? The first effect, day-night duration. How? Let's talk about that first. Oops. Now, suppose, okay. Now, be careful. Huh? Let's talk about two case studies. Okay, we'll talk about here two case studies. In the first case, we assume, okay, we assume the Earth is not inclined. The first thing is what? Not inclined. Correct? And the second case is, I assume that is inclined. That is inclined. Now, just tell me before this, okay? before this. What is axis?
The line which divides it into two parts.
Sorry,
The line which divides.
which divides?
A circle into two parts, maybe. Or not a circle.
Hmm. Yes, Kalpesh. What is
Sir,
axis?
it's an imaginary line around which a particular thing is revolving, rotating.
Okay, let's make it very easy. Okay, axis is nothing but which connects. Okay, which connects North Pole and South Pole at 90 degrees, isn't it? Right? Any line, anywhere. If you take this is north, right? This is south. It
90,
always measure
90 degrees or 180 degrees, sir.
90 degrees. No? The straight is 90 degree.
Okay.
This is what, if we make a one imaginary line here, this is what 90 degree, right?
Yes, sir.
Correct. काटकोन त्रिकोण म्हणतो ना आपण त्याला मराठीत.
हो.
असा. Correct? Am I clear? Kalpesh, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now consider that our first thing. What is that? The Earth is not inclined. It is this axis line is straight. Okay. Correct.
Yes, sir.
If this would have been the same case everywhere in the world, the effect would have been correct. This
Correct.
would have been the effect. So that makes it 12 hours a day and 12 hours a night. Right?
Yes, sir.
But does it happen in in a real
No.
real thing? No. Now there is another thing. It's called line of illumination. Okay. What is the line of illumination? Line of illumination?
No idea, sir.
Get idea. Okay. So this is the sun. ये आपको है यहाँ पे हमेशा, right? So this imaginary line, okay, where day and night, which differs the day and night, that imaginary line, okay, it's called line of illumination. So if inclination was the 90 degree, then this would have been the case. Due to this, ये पूरा area night, this whole day would be day. but this will not happen. So we can say that in this case, the LOI is equal to axis, right? The line of illumination and axis is equal to 90 degrees. We can say that, but it doesn't happen, right? This doesn't happen. LOI and axis is equal to 90 degrees. Does that happen? No. Sure of this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, right. Now let's talk about the another thing. Now the second case. What is that? The earth is inclined 23.5, right? Acha, when we say inclination, okay? Inclination क्या है exactly? किसके तरफ है inclination? When we say inclination, axis, right? Inclination क्या है? 23.5. Yes, Kalpesh.
Yes, sir.
Inclination, when we say inclination, there is a 23.5 inclination. We are calculating this degree. How this degree is calculated?
With respect to the axis, no, sir.
Hmm?
With respect to the
With
axis.
respect to the axis, yeah. With respect to the axis, it is what line that makes it 23.5 degree? Another line. There must be a line. If we are calculating some degree, there must be some lines, right? What that line? I'm asking. On which basis this 23.5 is calculated? Yes, Isha. English. Isha.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. With respect to axis, how this 23.5 is calculated? This is where UPSC comes in a picture. Orbit, right? The orbit of Earth is always inclined towards orbit in 23.5 degrees. Okay? Do remember this.
Okay, sir.
So now let's look at the picture. Bade Babu, sun. You remember this line of illumination? Yes, guys. Do you
Yes,
remember
sir.
this line of illumination where this departs day and night? So in this case as well, it will remain same. It will not change, right?
Yes, sir.
Why? Because of this angle. Now, let's talk about this is what makes it 0, right? 33, 66, 66. Oh, sorry, 33 and 66, right? We point out the elimination point, right? Now, will there be a same day and night? Considering this picture, consider this line as light of elimination and considering this tilted angle.
Same, sir.
Same?
No, sir, it won't be.
It won't be changed.
Decline.
It won't be. Nilesh, see, this line of elimination is the same, but now the angle has changed. Right?
Yes, yes.
The first case was 0. We were considering the same thing, but now it is tilted. Right?
Yes, sir.
So on this point, if we see this area, okay, this area is in directly contact with sun. So here it is making 90 degrees, right, on equator.
Yes, sir.
Can we say this? Right? And here, what about here then? It is not. Right? So the time for the day and night changes here. Right? So this part is getting night. And this much part, now the part is more. It's getting day. Right?
Yes, sir.
Due to this inclination. But when this angle is making 0 degree, that's why on equator, okay? That's why on equator, day and night are same. Okay? In the many places, season doesn't change. Okay? Am I clear? The logic is here. My point is about logic.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Yeah.
Right? So this actually makes it what? The line of elimination is not equal to axis, right? It is not, right? And just because of this reason, last year in Australia, what has happened? Australia, remember Australia last year incident? The jungle of Australia. Yes, Kalpesh, Nilesh, Isha.
Yes, there was fire, sir. In jungle.
Yeah. So there was a hot wind, and due to which everything got started burning. So at that point of time, this position of Earth was on this part. Where is Australia? Here somewhere. Hmm? How the revolution of Earth happens? The orbit of the. Should I rub this?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So orbit of the Earth, how it revolve around the sun. Elliptical, correct?
Yes, sir.
It's called Dirghavrittaka in Hindi. Dirghavrittaka. Hmm? Now let's talk about revolution. Hmm? Let's talk about revolution. The reasons of revolution. The what happens because of revolution? The effects. Yes, guys. What happens?
We
Season
get
formation.
seasons.
Season, correct? Because of this elliptical way of orbit. How? Let's talk about the selfies of Earth. Remember the selfies, right? Now this is 23, this is 23, this is 23, this is 23. ये अपना बड़ा बाबा सन, right? This is the position, so right? In March, June, September, and this is December. Quarter closings, bank quarter closings, right? Why I've written the months? If you look at this, that is making straight 90-degree angle, right?
Yes, sir.
This straight going to the this line. So what happens on this? Now let's talk about March. Okay, March position of Earth. Now this is sun. In this case, the sun position it directly shows, or it directly have the site here on this position, right? So that makes it hottest, right? Temperature is hot on this line, right? When the sun is here in the March, that's why we get
Summer.
summer. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in March, there is a one thing happened. What is that? Due to this. When this happened on 21st March, it's called equinox. What is equinox? When
The duration of day and night becomes same.
same, correct? Day and night becomes same, right? The position of Earth is here, right? Due to this angle, okay? We get the same day and same night. Why we get the same day and same night? Okay. What is longitude? What is latitude? Hmm? What is longitude and latitude?
Horizontal and vertical lines on Earth.
हाँ, इसको क्या बोलते हैं लेकिन? तो ये वर्टिकल, राइट? एंड दिस इज हॉरिजॉन्टल. ऐसे बोल सकते हैं क्या?
No, sir, vice versa.
So latitude is horizontal lines, imaginary, and that is longitude is vertical lines, right? So let's talk about this. This is Earth in March. Now you're getting the picture clear. Why we get the day and night same? It's very near to the Earth, right? It's elliptical, now. What is elliptical? Like this. When we look at it, It's elliptical way, right? This is sun. So if we talk about the grounds, cricket grounds, let's understand with that point. When the grounds are elliptical, so the side boundaries, this is the pitch, right? Isha, you understand the cricket?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is the pitch, right? So for the batsman to hit the cut, right? Kalvesh, or the
Yes, sir.
flick on the leg side is very easy. Why? These boundaries are very close. So it will ball will reach on a boundary very less time and quick time. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So in the same way, when Earth is near, the light of sun will reach very faster and quicker.
Yes, sir.
Now the 23 angle and the speed of Earth will that make this all this contribute to make this happen equinox. Okay, now understanding.
Yes, sir.
Now let's talk about the June position. This is the June. Hmm? So in the June, same thing happens, but now the day is very big. Sure of this?
No, wait.
Other things? Okay, okay.
Yes.
Oh, just hold on. Let me have water. Hmm. So when we talk about this position, again the line of illumination, the light take time to reach, right? But on this point, Earth is tilted already, right? So the line of illumination will consider here, here. So we are getting some more time. So that's why in a June we have the longest day, right? Because of this position of Earth. You understand the logic? Whereas on Australia, it will be the longest night. Am I right? Yes. Any problem with understanding this longest night? Here is Australia. The point of elimination is here. Yes. In India, we celebrate the longest day. When we celebrate the longest day, 21st of June. Right? Why? The position of Earth. We also called it solistic. Okay? We also called it solistic. अगर aware of this?
Yes, sir.
So guys, you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Is there any problem? Nisha, Kalpesh,
No, sir.
are you sure? Yes, Isha, you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now let's talk about September. The same thing happened in September. What is that? Elliptical. Understand? What happens in September? Again, equinox, right?
Yes, sir.
So the rate of equinox in September, 23rd September every year. Hmm? What is the feature of equinox? The day and night are same, right?
Yes, sir.
Now talk about the December. Now the part is on the another side. Huh? If you look at Earth position in this picture, right? In this selfie. With me, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is sun, right? ये पापा अपना बड़ा. The elimination line and the angle have changed now, right? In December, why? If the angle here, that is Cancer. Right? This line is on Cancer. So it's due to this we get the longest night due to this position of Earth. Okay. What is that day in December? The longest night?
22nd, if I'm not wrong.
Correct. परसों ही होगी 22nd December. है ना? The longest night. Just because of this position of Earth. It also called also called solstice. Right? Now the logic is clear. Sure of this? Yes, guys. Sure of this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Understanding, Nilesh?
Yes, sir.
Why I'm emphasizing on revolution and rotation? Because this question was asked. Okay. If you want to be officer, you will be sooner or later. First thing you should know. What is that? No subject is optional for UPSC. Okay.
Yes, sir.
The second thing,
Yes, sir.
UPSC ask okay.
Yes, sir.
So you always remember these two things. No subject is optional and they can ask anything under the sun. Anything, no? Anything. Any topic they can ask you. And they say that the level of exam is graduation or XII 12th English for 10th standard. I mean, if you have seen the UPSC papers,
Sir, I have.
okay. So, do you think that the level of this paper was a graduate level, XI or X level?
No, sir.
It is not. They always go for the MPhil and PhD level. So you have to study How? The third part. Investigative study. What is investigative study? Basically, so yesterday I've told you one thing. What was that? I've asked you to watch few documentaries. How many of you watched it?
So yes, Voyager and Pioneer.
Voyager and Pioneer. Acha, Isha, have you watched it?
So I saw Voyager, not full.
Not full. Why?
So data got over.
All right. Okay. And Kalpesh and Dinesh, what about you?
No, sir, not yet.
Why?
Was actually caught up with some other stuff. It's in my watch list.
It's in your watch list.
Yes,
Make it
sir.
on hot list, basically. Okay. This is a very hot list thing. You should watch these things because you at least get the concept clear with those documentaries. What is exactly happening around the earth and what we have been so far. This series have Isha, when they have launched 77, right?
Yes, sir. So even Voyager
Yeah.
second has also been launched.
Yeah. The Voyager 1 and 2nd.
Second. Now
And the
they're
Pioneer 1 and Pioneer 2.
two. Now they're sending James Webb telescope.
Yeah, they're just saying up the telescope. One another thing. There was one other thing. What I've asked you to watch. Cassini.
Yes.
Another thing was there. New Horizon. Yes, Nilesh.
Yes, sir.
Then you didn't get time, any of you. Please do watch this. Okay, they are on amazing stuff. Okay, you will get the idea of this subject as well. Due to which, okay, why we always use this rotation and revolution to send any of them. Okay, we use this rotation and revolution. How revolution we use? Should I run this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How we use this? Let's say I ask you to watch this because I know I'm gonna ask see this subject tomorrow. ये अपना बाबू बड़ा बाबू we just saw ये है Mercury, ये है Venus, this is Earth, this is Mars, this is Jupiter, this is Saturn, right? How we use this rotation and revolution? So everyone have saw that Mangalyaan, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So they use the same technique. When now the Mars is also rotating, right? The Earth is also rotating and revolving around the sun, right? When at this point, okay, there is start ignition. By the time here the Earth is on the point, they are using this rotation, okay, to throw basically, right? To
Yes, sir.
throw this outer space now. So we just saw yesterday one thing, electromagnetic field, Van Allen belt. So that particular satellite needs to get out of that Van Allen belt. Then only it is successful. Right? It actually, the orbit gets changed on every fire. Right? Yes, guys.
Yes, sir.
So on every fire, the orbit will change, and there is one point when in the final orbit we use the Earth's gravity. It's called slingshot. What is slingshot? मराठी त्याला गोफण म्हणतात, गोफण. What is slingshot, Isha?
Sir, thrown at a force, like huge force.
Yeah. So this is a ball, right? We start moving it fast, and if we release it, right, so it will go farther very fast, right? In the same way, we use this rotation and revolution to send any outer space object into the space. Okay? Please do what here. It's very important. You'll get idea actually. Why this is important? Any mission, though physical on physical terms, right now with the technology that we have today, we don't know about future, okay? But the physically today, is it possible to cover the light year at least? No, not possible. Why? It's so much time. 34 years, 40 years. How much this happened to the Voyager in this series? How many years? 77 to now. It's almost 50 somewhere. Forty years, right? But it has reached just Oort cloud now. Isha, have you watched that Oort cloud session in the Voyager series? That Voyager have seen the Oort clouds effect actually.
Yeah, so
Yeah. So whatever simulation has done by scientists of NASA that there is a Oort cloud. Now that has been proven by this Voyager series. Okay. They have gone interstellar now. They are already out of the reach of sun or sun gravity.
yes, so. So have you watched Interstellar?
Yeah, I have.
Okay,
So that that particular thing talks about, or that particular movie talks about wormholes.
So wormholes and black holes, and also they travel to that planet
Yeah,
where
yeah,
the
yeah.
time.
Yeah, that movie is amazing. Who's the director of that movie?
Christopher Nolan.
Correct. The another movie of Christopher Nolan, which got the Grammy, Oscar last year.
It got nominated, no? Tenet, I think. It got nominated. I don't know.
Okay, there was another movie on science of Christopher Nolan. The another director which made the movies like Christopher Nolan, which I always like.
Inception.
Yeah, Inception is Christopher Nolan only, right?
Yes, sir.
Uh, I'm talking about whom? Steven Spielberg. He has made a movies out of the box.
No, I haven't seen this.
Steven Spielberg movie, you must have. You just don't know. You have seen that.
Okay, sir.
Yes, Kalpesh.
Even if I've watched, I don't know it's made by him.
Very famous movies, my guys. You will.
So this year,
Jurassic Park.
yeah.
Have you watched the Jurassic Park? Haven't you?
Yes, hardly anyone there who hasn't watched
Oh
it.
yeah, we watched it.
Yeah, that's in Steven Spielberg. Okay, now anyone of you might be thinking these names. Okay, they're bullshit. How many of you think UPSC doesn't ask this question?
So the directors.
Yeah, exactly. Directors, actors.
So I think
It's always
Christopher Nolan. I don't think.
Academy winners, Grammy winners. Okay. Even there was a question. I think 15 or 16. I don't remember exactly, but there was a question on 007. Which one of the following characters has played this 007? And that was very famous in that era.
Daniel
So they've
Craig.
given the options. No, there was no Daniel Craig. They have given in 1960 and 70s name. They haven't given the Daniel Craig actually. Daniel Craig is today's thing. Pierce Brosnan, I knew Pierce Brosnan, right? The Die Another Day,
Don't know so that.
the 007, right? So they've asked this question as well. You must know the music directors as well. Huh? I told you yesterday. 1 mark, very important. Okay. So just tell me, Kalpesh, you watch the movies?
Yes, sir. I do watch.
Yeah. So do you remember in a line or like that only? Okay, how many of you fond of music or you learn music like that? Anyone?
Not me, sir.
Okay, Nilesh, Misha,
No, sir.
No, sir.
any instrument you like to play?
No, sir.
Okay, you must have heard this name.
Yes, sir.
What he played? What he played?
Tabla, sir.
Tabla. Right. For this, he got the highest award of US culture department. Do you know that? Highest civilian culture department award for Indo-US culture contribution. How many of you know this? Why I'm asking this? This question was asked. Okay. So please do watch all these things. Try to remember the lyricist, music directors, writers, and directors. These are the more. These are the more they will ask, or they always try to capture. And this is not just here. If you apply for the, if you crack the UPSC mains, and if you go for the interview, okay, they also ask this kind of question as well. Why? One of my friend got in the service, okay, and his name was also Sarang. Okay, so first thing about my name, Sarang. It's a rag, musical rag. Okay, so they just asked him, do you know about ragas or music? So do you know the meaning of sarang? Okay, and everyone start asking questions on this to him. Then they take him to the veena. Why veena? Do you know? The veena's reference the veena word is actually come in Samveda. Okay, क्योंकि म्यूजिक की उत्पत्ति सामवेदा से है. Okay, then they came to the with this veena. They come to the Grammy. His whole interview was on this topic only. Just because of his name, huh? He got in the service. Grammy Award winner for Veena, from India actually. Okay, his name is Pandit Vishwa Mohan Bhatt. He got the Grammy actually. Why? Out of Veena, guitar, mandolin, sitar. With this whole instruments, he made up one thing. It's called Mohan Veena. Okay, please try to remember this. This is part of your study only. Okay, I'm not asking you should get a movies and just watch it, but at least try to remember these people. Okay, this will make your impression in this kind of situations as well. He knew everything, that's why he got through. अगर उनको एक ऐसी छोटी सी भी लाइन लग गई ना, थोड़ी सी कि हाँ तो वो पूरा पूरा डीप निकल जाते हैं. They'll ask you everything about that thing. Then he got the another question on this from one madam about defense. What is sarang in defense system? Our Indian defense system? Yes, Kalpesh.
No, sir.
No. This is the sarang is the rescue operation helicopter. When there is an emergency, na, they lift through sarang. Rescue operation helicopter है defense का. Why it is called sarang? This is the name of sarang is meaning of the name captain of the ship. So Isha, your name is Isha. If anything related to any sector or something like that, please do find out. Kalpesh, you also. If you're
Okay,
writing
sir.
if you're writing in a application and I like cricket, okay, then they can ask you what is leg cutter. Why I'm telling you, after mains you don't get so much time to prepare for the interviews. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so you should start it from day one.
Got it, sir.
And it's very important, if you make it a habit from mains to interview, you'll get that confidence. Whenever you're reading something now, you will get that confidence. No, yeah, ये तो मुझे आता है, right?
Right, sir.
So, what is the difference between leg cutter and outswinger? Are they different? Hmm? My
Don't
friends are in
know.
service.
Not a fan of cricket.
Yeah. So my friends are in service, so they've been asked like questions like this. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So please, whenever you're writing your application about anything, please do remember you know that subject thoroughly. Okay. And if you don't know the music instruments, please have the knowledge about them at least. It's a part of culture only. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. We have 10 minutes, right? So before just I just want to share one thing with you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Kalpesh, Nilesh, will that be okay?
Yes, sir. No problem.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, it's apart from this rotation and all. This Tesla, Elon Musk,
Yes, sir.
right? I'm just giving you the technique of how to prepare for the exam very quickly and how to use your time. This Tesla, Elon Musk, how many of you know how many hours he works in a day? For how many hours he works?
No idea, sir.
He works for 18 to 20 hours. Okay. Another person, there is another person, Mr. Modi. Okay. He also works for 18 to 20 hours. Is it possible for them to, stay so long? Why? If it is possible for them, why? The big IS and IPS afraid of Modi just because of his working style. How these two people manage? Okay, so let's learn about it very quickly. So are they working for straight 18 20 hours? No, they always break it. Okay, how they break it? 25 minutes each in hour. Okay, or 30 minutes plus we need a break. So they set a timing for 30 minutes. At least this person on a timer, he starts doing whatever he is doing. Okay. After 30 minutes, he take a 3 minutes break. So even if you're studying for hours, there is a time decay. Do you know the concept of time decay? Yes, Kalpesh?
No idea, but I can guess
Yeah,
that
please tell me.
after a particular period of time passes, the efficiency decreases.
Correct. So the time decay is something, the any value after the time it decrease. Okay. Here the decrease rate is very high. It knows that actually here. Okay. So this is 25 minutes. This is 15 minutes. This is 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you got down. Okay. So this is a time decay of our brain basically. Why I'm saying this? Concentration. Try this. Okay. For 15 minutes, you'll be good. Okay. From 25 to 30 minutes to 15 minutes, you'll be amazing. Whatever you read or something, you'll remember that thing. But after that, your efficiency start decreasing. Why this happens? It's not your fault. Huh? It is not at all your fault. This is human psychology basically. And I'm not saying this, it is proven. This is human psychology. So make sure you whatever you're studying or reading now. Okay, Isha, if you're studying or reading anything, for how many minutes you can concentrate?
So 30 minutes.
30 minutes? Just because I've written this. That's right.
No, no, sir. Usually for 30 minutes, then I take a break for like 15 minutes and then get back to.
15 minutes. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that break is very high. 15 minutes break.
Sir, I need that, or else I'll keep
Okay. Okay. Make sure na, whenever you're doing now, make sure try to minimize this period. This 15 minutes now, try to minimize it. At least make it for 10 minutes. Okay. That
Okay,
will
sir.
save your time and that will increase your efficiency. Now, how you calculate it? How many hours you have worked it? So there is the Italian technique. It's called Pomodoro. Okay. What is Pomodoro? Nothing but tomato. Okay. So one Pomodoro is equal to 30 minutes. So whenever you passed out first Pomodoro, you just do it. One Pomodoro done. Second Pomodoro done. Third Pomodoro done. Now, when you're doing it, how will you see whatever you're doing? It is actually making sense. How can you calculate that efficiency? Companies do work on this KPI, right? Key performance indicators. So this is your personal indicator, I would say. Company should apply this, but they don't. But yes, Tesla and they Google do apply this technique only. That's why they are very efficient. Yeah.
Right.
So
So
how would you, you know, whatever you Pomodoro we have achieved for the day, if you understand that you have done 15 Pomodoros, okay? So that means how many hours study? 7.5 hours study, correct? Yes, Kalvesh?
Yes, sir.
But now the question is, if you have studied for 7.5 hours, what you have achieved? How will you calculate it? What you have achieved? Should I rub this? Yes, Isha, should I rub this? Nilesh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How will you understand that whatever thing you have decided, you have achieved it in 7.5 hours? You have vested, no? Or you have invested, whatever might be. So in the morning or okay, the day before yesterday, we say day before. Okay, you make it a timetable, timetable of your study, then written that the topics that you want to clear. Okay, just read those topics and say this topic can be covered in Pomodoro line. In Pomodoro line, it will take at least 10 Pomodoro for me to complete this. That means what? 5 hours, right? First, return the topic, return this Pomodoro, and return these hours. Okay, then break it in 30 minutes. So, right? Now, the topic also divide in first 30 minutes. This should be achieved. Okay, understanding?
Yes, sir.
So first, second, third, and be loyal. Be honest while you're doing this. Now, be honest to yourself. If you have decided now that in 30 minutes I will do this, and if that doesn't happen now, so make sure you will in front of that topic. Though you have completed the Pomodoro, but write this down, not deliver. Why? If you're being honest to yourself now, this not will after a few days take this place, deliver. That will count your efficiency basically. Okay, so you're writing the Pomodoro as well, but whatever you decided, that has been delivered. Okay, so make sure your study material. Okay, you do it in this way, you'll be able to crack it very quickly. Okay, what Dhoni used to do? Dhoni used to break the target. That's why he got the place as a finisher, right? Because he knew in 2020 or 50 in 50 match as well. 3 to 4 hours can change the match, right? 3 to 4 hours can change the match. How? Even if I'm getting in first 3 hours 6 runs, 6 runs, 6 runs, how many runs do I get? 18. I've decided 18, but I got only 15, right? But when I'm getting this, I'm understanding the pitch, right, Kalpesh? Isha?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you're understanding the pitch. So when you're preparing for the topics, you're understanding the topics. Take it that way. So once you understood now, you'll start hitting the sixes. So In a Dhoni used to hit 3 to 4 sixes in over, right? We have seen when he has to finish the match, he has hit it this 3 to 4 sixes in over. So that makes it 15 to 20 runs in over. Even if we calculate the 15 over, in 4 hours you get the 60 runs. In the same way, this 30 minutes now, if you stretch it with the time, and it does happen, no? With the time, you always increase this time. You can always with concentration. My time is right now 3 hours 40 minutes. I can concentrate straight for 3 hours and 40 minutes, straight down the line. If I sit, but after this, I cannot. Huh? I'll break down after this. It's not possible for me. I'm trying to increase. Let's see when it will increase to 4 hours.
So you don't take breaks?
No. I used
At
to
a-
when I started. I started this technique in 2014. Okay.
Okay.
Then over the period of time, now I've come to 3.40 straight way.
At a
My
stretch?
time is at a stretch. I used to sit for the first time. When I sat for the first time, my time was 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, I make a man bored away. Okay, but as soon as I understand things, then it make it 20, 23. बहुत दिनों तक तो मैं 27 का अटका रहा, आगे गया ही नहीं. There are almost 6 to 7 months. I couldn't pass this. Why? The brain capacity or the psychology, human psychology. Then I break this one day, that comes to 32. Then I completely increasing this thing. Now it's 3 hours 40 minutes. I can at a stage I can sit down. Okay, so try to make a habit whenever you're doing something. Use these techniques. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Be honest. Be honest to yourself. Okay, you don't have to show everyone that you have delivered or not, but you should be honest to yourself, right? If you are honest to yourself now, then I'm sure if you use this technique, there will be a day when your parents, okay, they'll be very proud. I'm very sure about this. If you follow this technique, break your target in pieces and achieve it. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Try this. That will definitely help. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yes, Kalpesh, Nilesh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Thanks for
then we'll
sharing this
stop
with
for
us,
the
sir.
day.
It's very
Sorry?
helpful. I said thanks for sharing this with us, sir. It's very helpful.
Yeah, it is very actually it always on efficiency. Okay? And what we do, we are not honest to ourselves many times. Me as well. It
Yes, sir,
happens
I
with
can
the
relate.
human psychology. It happens with the human psychology. I'm not blaming anyone or any one of you, but it happens. We are human beings. Okay? But try to be honest, then, whatever you decided, now, UPSC, there is no restriction for you to crack it. Okay? Then today,
Yes.
everyone sit on these topics, what we want to cover today, and break it in this 30 minutes thing. Okay? And if you not delivered, please write it down. Not delivered. If you delivered, please write down delivered. Okay? And use the Pomodoros. 1 Pomodoro, 2 Pomodoro, 3 Pomodoro, 4 Pomodoros. It will give you the estimation for your whole study. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Understood.
All right. So let's stop for the day. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thanks a
All
lot.
right. So
Good
good
night.
night. Yeah. Bye. Bye. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Bye. Good night. Good night. Yes. Please exit. Oh. Yes. शायद start रहेगा. Thank you. Thank you so much. What's your good name? Jiva. 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 Thank you.